Will council please come to order? And will the clerk please call the roll?
Anderson,
Present.
Oliver,
Here.
Ford,
Here.
Hager-Smith,
Here.
Mattingly,
Here.
Sutphen,
Here.
Watson.
Present.
We will begin with allegiance. Will the Vice Mayor please lead us?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God,
indivisible,
With liberty and justice for all. We'll begin tonight with our consent agenda, and that has several items. The first is approval of the town council minutes for June 25, July 2, and July 9. We have a resolution 8A24 setting the regular meeting dates for Blacksburg Town Council in the year to come. We have a resolution 8B24 to the Blacksburg Museum and Cultural Foundation operating agreement. Our action there will be to approve it. The community garden license agreement with Live, Work, Eat, and Grow. We will approve that license agreement. We have a purchase order change to Adams Construction Contract. Our action there will be to approve the change. And finally, we authorize the acceptance of amended deed of easement for the transit center, formerly called the multimodal transit facility, and we'll approve that consent agenda.
Mayor, I wish to pull the last item off because we talked about on the authorizing because of your personal interest in Virginia Tech. Let's.
Okay.
Why don't we, if we could amend the agenda and put that on for approval next 2 weeks from today.
2 weeks? Okay.
That's
So
for the deed.
Yes.
They changed the.
The footprint. Yeah, I understand. Sure, I had the right.
Thank you. I forgot that we talked about it. And the connection there is that my husband is presently employed by Virginia Tech.
And so I guess I can go ahead and make a motion to approve the consent agenda items A through E, not including item F.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Oliver,
Aye.
Ford,
Aye.
Hager-Smith,
Aye.
Mattingly,
Aye.
Sutphen,
Aye.
Watson,
Aye.
Anderson.
Aye.
I'm going to include a statement that was written a week ago by the town council. That is that on August 5th, the town council, in response to questions from the community, released a statement regarding the arrest of Councilmember Liam Watson. Times published a short article about the statement, but was only able to read 2 sentences from the statement. And so I thought it would be appropriate to share the full text of the statement tonight. It has been on the town website, but we will make sure it's prominently available there as well. Recently, the Blacksburg Town Council was made aware through local news reports of the arrest of Councilmember Liam Watson. At this time, the town council has no additional information regarding the allegations beyond what is contained in the indictments. We trust that our legal system, which is based on a presumption of innocence, will address this matter in a timely and just manner. The town council will take appropriate actions as necessary as the process unfolds and more facts become available. The town council is a nonpartisan elected body committed to upholding the principles of transparency and integrity. We understand the concerns this situation may raise within our community and assure the community that the town council remains dedicated to serving the best interests of Blacksburg and its residents. And that is the entirety of the statement at this time. We will move on now to our public hearings for the evening, and we begin with Ordinance 2058 to amend the fiscal year 2024-25 operating budget to accept and appropriate $232,335 of Community Conservation Program grant funds from the Virginia Environmental Endowment to the General Capital Improvement Funds.
Matt Hanratty will cover that item.
Evening, Council. Just a couple quick slides. As the mayor already said, it's accepting and approving grant funds, ultimately from the Virginia Environmental Endowment. It'll cover 4 basic things, and what you see on the map here is 19 acres that it'll cover. That's highlighted in the yellow, the purple, and the orange. And that is the area along Tom Creek Tom's Creek in Heritage Park. We'll be doing the of invasive species. Autumn olive is the most prominent there, replanting native trees and shrubs, maintaining the area long-term, and then engaging the community and adjacent landowners as we go through that process. So that's what the grant funds are, and I'd be happy to answer any questions council may have.
This is going to be a multi-year process, just to be clear.
Correct. Yeah, it'll be about 2 to 3 years of the formal grant, and then the maintenance will go on beyond that. We're committing to at least years, but we're planning to basically maintain it as we are now the stewards of that property.
As overrun as it is, I was surprised and gratified to learn it actually could be something you could do anything. You know?
Yeah, it takes some effort, but it can absolutely be done, and we do
Heavy equipment.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Is there any, what is, I guess I need a, a motion on this.
Public comment.
Public comment?
Oh, yeah, public comment. Okay, seeing none. What is council's pleasure on ordinance 2058?
I move approval of ordinance 2058.
Second.
Okay, now is there discussion? No? Okay. Seeing none, what, will the clerk please call the roll?
Ford,
Yes. Here.
Hager Smith.
We're all just
You totally threw me off.
Aye.
Aye.
Mattingly.
Aye.
Sutphen,
Aye.
Watson,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Oliver.
Moving on to ordinance 2059.
Aye.
To amend the fiscal year 2024-25 operating budget to accept and appropriate $54,000 of Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services grant funds to the general fund.
And that pretty much summarizes it. The police department applies for funds throughout the year from the Department of Criminal Justice Services for supplies and equipment, and that's what this is. So this appropriates that $54,000, accepts it, and then appropriates it in the budget.
Thank you. Now watch, I'm going to get it right this time. Is there anybody who would like to speak in public comment about ordinance 2059? Seeing no one. What is council's pleasure on this ordinance?
I move approval of ordinance 2059.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there discussion? All righty. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Hager Smith,
Aye.
Mattingly.
Aye.
Sutphen,
Aye.
Watson,
Aye.
Anderson,
Aye.
Oliver.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. We are moving on now to citizen comments. When you are invited forward to speak on a topic of your choosing, please start with your name and address. And we have a 3-minute limit, and you can follow along on the little stoplight there at the podium.
Good evening. My name is Jody Booth Daniels, 909 Allendale Court. The 5-year agreement, operating agreement between the town and the Blacksburg Museum that was voted on this evening was decided without public comment or reporting of the concerns raised last year about the museum's lack of funding, transparency, and equitable support of St. Luke and Oddfellows Hall. The 1-year agreement was established last year to evaluate whether the museum was fulfilled or has fulfilled its role in preserving Blacksburg's rich history, managing the museum's collection, acting as stewards of the town's property, particularly the St. Luke and Oddfellows Hall. While incorporating the hall's 2005 deed into the agreement is appropriate, there has been a lack of transparent communication with the public regarding how the museum executes its mission and manages both the Alexander Black House and the St. Luke and Oddfellows Hall equitably. The exclusion of interested parties and community members continues, and there seems to be no accountability or effort to address this issue. The language of the agreement refers to the museum as a private nonprofit, implying it's funded from private sources. However, according to the museum's IRS 990 filing, the museum is registered as a public nonprofit. Financial transparency is essential to understand two things. One, the implication of the 990 filing indicating the museum received the majority of its funding from public sources. And number two, the total amount of financial support provided by the town, including the contractor fee, benefits, and undisclosed town-provided services. What percentage of the museum's total cash and in-kind revenue comes from public funds? We estimate this is around 85%. Given the significant amount, the museum has an ethical responsibility to comply with the Virginia open meeting laws. Additionally, the non-disclosed value of services provided by the town to the museum, in addition to the annual sum of more than $112,000, raises concerns about the lack of transparency in the arrangement between the town and the museum as an independent contractor. It seems highly irregular for a contractor to receive an annual service fee alongside a list of undisclosed free services funded by taxpayers' money. Although the council voted to approve the agreement tonight without allowing for public comment, we request clarification and urge the town to revise the agreement. The citizens deserve that consideration. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tony Pitts. I live at 1131 Treetop Ridge Road in Blacksburg. And I'm going to be brief. I wanted to read to you the first sentence in the town of Blacksburg's comprehensive plan. It's under the section called Equity and Well-Being. The goal is to create an equitable, inclusive, engaged that's affordable and accessible to all, and that recognizes and removes barriers. I'm not seeing my slides. Equity and inclusion slides. Equity fixes the problems where some have more advantages than others. Inclusion values everyone. I see the exclusion of interested community members from working with Oddfellows as a problem. I hope that we can share the goal of making the most of the talents and ideas of interested community members who want to contribute to the well-being of this historic building. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Christine King, part of the Nelly's Cave community here in Blacksburg. If you don't mind going to the last slide, please.
This one? One more? Okay. All right.
As I've recited the deed here multiple times before, I just wanted to come and speak about you all approving the agreement, again, without public comment, and let you know of my most recent experience, which has me questioning what the intent is. So an email that I had sent out to you read, I'm writing to express my concerns meeting on July 2024 as the chair of the St. Louis Hall Committee. Questioning my integrity as a defendant and concerned community member was very troubling. And beneath the dignity. The chair had repeatedly asked me before where the Black community has been in the past that I can personally answer. In turn, ask her the same questions or some questions. What has she done to invite new community members to work on the project? Has she sought out new people for their experience and expertise that will ensure the long-term future of Oddfellows Hall? Furthermore, when I inquired about her perception of my intentions in joining the committee, she questioned my nationality and implied that I am not a part of the Black community or have no connections to St. Luke and Oddfellows Hall. This was deeply offensive. My nationality is unproductive and unprofessional. As I'm sure you know, my ancestors, Gordon Mills, who helped build the hall, and Aubrey Mills Sr., who signed the deed over to the town, along with a few others. When I asked about her vision for the future of the hall, she stated that it would simply be an empty building after the people that are currently there are gone. That response raises serious concerns about her capability to lead the committee and the intentions for the building's future. If you don't have a vision for the future of the hall, perhaps there is need for a change in leadership. The deed clearly outlines numerous positive possibilities for the building, which she seems to disregard, which is unacceptable. And looking at the deed, if you look at letter D, I will quickly read. It says the town will form a subcommittee of the Blacksburg Museum Committee, which is the committee that I just talked about, the chair, that will consist of members of the organizations that built the Oddfellows Hall, my ancestor Gordon Mills, and or their descendants and representatives from the community, me and other interested people that are not being allowed to attend these committee meetings, interested in the preservation and presentation of the history of the Black community, whose charge will be to advise the museum committee programs and raise funds to supplement operating and maintaining the Oddfellows Hall. My biggest concern is that I still have yet just made to where they want to attempt to raise funds to supplement and to operate and maintain the hall. And whenever I do make suggestions, they are ignored, and possibly later on that they could be heard and things could be changed. But if it's something that I'm willing to put my time and effort into doing and they don't have to do anything, like I'm offering to make that change for them and assist them with it, but they're not allowing me to be a part of it. And rather they question my nationality as to whether I'm allowed to be there or not. My time is done. Thank you.
Thank you. Who else would like to speak under citizen comment? Okay, seeing no one, we will move on to an appointment that we will make tonight, and that is the appointment of M. Shawish to the New River Valley Regional Commission. It's just a simple vote. Okay. Will the clerk please take the roll?
You need to make a.
Oh, okay, we need a motion.
So I move that we appoint M. Shawish to the New River Valley Regional Commission.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mattingly.
Aye.
Sutphen.
Aye.
Watson.
Aye.
Anderson.
Aye.
Oliver.
Aye.
Ford.
Aye.
Hagersmith.
Aye. Unfinished business? New business? Council announcements?
I have a quick council announcement. Everybody is very proud of Cole Hawker, a gold medalist who trained in Blacksburg, not from Blacksburg, but we'll still claim him as our own. And there are other Virginia Tech athletes who participated in the Olympics, and we wish them all congratulations from the council. And we will be moving forward with some kind of town celebration when the Olympic athletes are back in town. Anything else?
I'd like to give a shout out to all the volunteers who helped with stepping out. Some of my fellow council members were out and about, lugging lots of stuff and selling T-shirts. But many, many people, both Blacksburg residents and New River Valley residents, helped. There were hundreds of volunteers, and a shout out to the folks who organized.
And anything else? Seeing no others, we are now adjourned. Thank you.